Hi, welcome to Mondraker TV. I'm here in the pits for the downhill UCI Mountain Bike World Championships. As you can see behind me, we've got our massive Mondraker factory racing setup. The bikes are just being prepped for tomorrow's race. We've already had qualification. This morning the race is here to practice and they're having full strip downs. So we're just going to have a little walk around. I might have a quick chat with some of the mechanics, just find out a bit about what's going on the bikes. Because I've seen a couple of additions since we last reported on their bikes. And we're also going to try and find the racers as well before things get too stressful for them. Try and stay hands off at events like this because you know the name of the game in the World Championships is all in for the title. And right now, this chap is in number 2 position in qualification. Woo! Okay, so as I explained, we are here in the pits at Andorra. Now this is super cool for me because of the fact we don't even get to see the complete bikes at the moment because the mechanics right now are stripping everything down to make sure the bikes are perfectly assembled for the race runs tomorrow. Don't forget, it's one run for the title, and once you win the title of world champion you can wear those stripes forever on the jersey. So as you can see behind me, we've got Ronan Dunn's very special bike here, painted up with the Irish flavours of green on there. As you can probably see towards the back of the bike there, something special that a lot of people have been talking about. So essentially I'd say it's a mass damper. So think of the resonance and the vibration that go through the frame on extremely long, fast and rough descents. It helps counter those forces. So this is something the team have been working with, along with the telemetry and all the other cool stuff, for well over a year now. They've just decided now is the time to use it, and it's in its most finished state. So I don't know if you remember, but if you go back to the Fort William video that I filmed from the pits there, I showed you the threaded parts on the back of the frame. That's what it was for. Now also, you can't see on this one because it hasn't got the forks on here, but as we move along, you'll see on, I think maybe on Dak's bike here, you might see on his fork legs, there's a mount for it on the forks as well, but they've not felt the need to use it on this particular track. I say that, but his bike currently doesn't have the forks on. It looks like he's maybe about to have an oil change on there and an overhaul. I mean, they're meticulous. They do absolutely everything on these bikes. As you can see on Dak's bike here, he's still running those big 75mm bars. He's actually got some scratches on the top of them. I heard he had a pretty big crash today, so fingers crossed he's feeling all right. He's going to be good for tomorrow. And up here for number 2 bike, of course, this is Pinky's bike. And Mark's working on it right now. In fact, I might try and poach him for a second, see if he's willing to chat to us for a minute. Could you just tell us a little bit about what you're doing now? So the riders are doing practice this morning on the bikes, and you know, to what extent are you ripping the bike apart before tomorrow's race?
Don't really have to, but we had a muddy run first day of practice, and there's still some mud in there, and we have a lot of time in the afternoon. Don't really have to strip it, but hey.
So this is to maybe reduce just any chance of anything happening or any noises or anything like this?
I think I found 22.5 grams of mud, so that's gone.
Okay, so they're talking about grams of mud here. I also noticed that the racers are back on their regular brakes. I know they've been testing some future products that don't yet exist for Shimano. It's been well documented. Is this a case of it ain't broke so don't fix it, like it's the one race you want to make sure you're on a bike you're familiar with? Is it that sort of vibe?
We know the Saint brakes work fine. He's so used to it, and there's no reason of changing your feel that you had all year now for Worlds or even next week. You know, we might just stick on this and keep testing the product for in the future for sure. You know, it works great, but why change if it works? So at the moment,
yes. So literally is they're making sure the bikes are exactly as they're the most familiar with. So don't change anything big, just focus on the head games. Because you've got to remember here, even in the top 30 of the elite racers, they're all going to be very similar in terms of speed, but it's all about their mental approach to the race. You know, it really does affect everything. So if they're on a bike that they just know inside and out, that's going to reap the benefits. What about things like oil changes and stuff in the suspension? Is there a need for doing that between races?
Suspension gets serviced in the beginning of the week, and that's pretty much it. You know, same with brakes. We fill it, we refresh the oil, we refresh brake pads, and we check all the bearings and stuff in the beginning of the week. And yeah, other than that, it's just damage control throughout the week.
So when I was last with you guys, it would have been at Fort William. The guys had a race bike and a practice bike. I'm guessing it's a bit different now because they've got the special paint jobs for the Worlds bikes. Is it just like the one bike for the Worlds?
Also, at the beginning of the season, we were testing some more stuff. Like, it's easier to go back and forth from one bike to the other if you're testing bigger stuff. We're at a point now where we really know what we want. And the custom paint job, obviously, and we know what we want. We're not doing big changes anymore. And we'll just stick to this and make sure it runs 100%.
Awesome. Well, not going to get in your way too much longer. I appreciate watching all of your work. I've got to go somewhere and be somewhere. I was going to ask one final thing. You're all running part toolboxes and all the kit, but I noticed that your individual toolkits are all different. Who's got the best toolkit?
This is the most productive one, not the prettiest one, but hey.
The most productive one. I wonder if I go down there, if I'll get the same response.
Yeah, you can try.
Okay, well, thank you for your time. I appreciate it. And good luck to you and Ryan for tomorrow.
Good.
So, when I was just talking to Mark there about Pinky's bike, what I noticed in the background, which I couldn't get to, was the tyres. Now, they've all got custom paint jobs, and it's a well-known, well-documented fact that all race teams do something special for the pros. I'll tell you what, nothing says I've made it like having your own tyre hot patches. How cool is that? I want one of these tyres. That's like the sickest thing ever. What do you reckon of that? They've all got them as well, so we're going to have a quick look at Ronan's bike and have a look at his tyres, but man, that's so sick. And one last thing as well, I've just noticed with the wheels, are the hubs. They've got the E13 Sidekick hubs on here. Now, you may have seen these being talked about, so everyone's trying to fight and combat chain tension and anything possible to basically make the rear end of bikes work. And our bikes are pretty efficient, they work really well anyway. So our racers have tried all the options out there. You would have seen on our previous summon a prototype high pivot like adapter. It didn't change the pivot point of the bike, but essentially it just changes the sort of the chain stretch on there. And what they're running on here is essentially it's a hub that's got a bit more free movement. So it does something similar to what an O-chain does, but enables the racers to not have to modify the cranks or the chain rings on the bike. So super cool seeing that. Haven't actually seen one off the bike yet. Nice.
We know that.
And we've got Ronan's wheels here. Again, looking at the hot patch on there. I can't think of many things as cool as that. I'm going to say that's cooler than having a custom painted bike, and that's saying something because that bike is a thing of beauty. In my hand here, I've actually got the hot patches. I'm just going to have a little look here. His mechanic Sergio just passed me these. They've actually got the custom hot patches for all the racers, so I can keep putting these on all the tyres. You've got to love details like this on World Championships bikes. Okay, so internet is talking about the mass dampers on the rear. I understand it's just trying to work with vibrations and things on a bike, but it seems to me that you guys are changing something all the time. They're always experimenting with the reach and the head angles and all the stuff on the bikes.
Yeah.
Have you changed anything since, like a few World Cups back, or is it pretty settled?
World Cups back, I think we changed the oil link. We changed the link because we need to not correct, but maybe just only adjust the leverage ratio of the bike. Only for that, for example, have a little different things about the bike. And the other guys agree with when he tried, or when they tried, he agreed with that and very happy. And I think it's the only thing that we change. I think a big change is the only one.
Yeah.
The other one, it's the damper mass for sure, and we try different things to put in different places, but we are now working on that, and we don't have enough time to make tests. It's complicated.
Oh no, I can imagine. I remember talking to Pablo at Fort William, and he explained that there's many things behind the scenes. That I think for me, this is why it's one of the more interesting teams, knowing that you not only have the three mechanics, but you also have Pablo working in a different capacity. So.
No, it doesn't.
Well,
it doesn't. Another teams, it's a common question in these World Champs, but another teams have the damper mass. But usually they put it in here, behind the number plate.
Okay.
It's not visible, but not so many.
Yeah.
But I think 2 or 3 I have in mind that they have in the bike too. And another place, a common place to put it, it's here.
Yeah, I've seen many people having weights on the down tube.
Yeah.
Similar concept, I guess.
Not similar.
No?
No. And I think it's complementary.
So, so the weights on the down tube, is this more about changing the sprung to unsprung mass?
Exactly, and put weight where is needed and in the correct place.
Yeah.
Because if not, this is a light bike.
Yeah.
It's so light, and sometimes this is not a problem, but it helps a lot to put the weight in the correct place to make a stable bike.
Oh, for sure. I mean, anyone that's ridden an e-bike will understand that.
Exactly.
You have the weight in this place, and suddenly the suspension, you're like, oh my God,
Exactly.
it feels amazing.
This is the perfect. Now, for example, we put the damper mass and it changed the weight, for example, and we need to correct something, but nothing more. We need to have time to make tests and not only
Off season. Yeah.
It's so short.
It's getting shorter and shorter.
Yeah.
I'll leave you to finish the bike now, but just being here, seeing you guys work on the bikes, super cool. Thanks for your time.
No, thank you to you. Thank you, right.
In addition to the stress that the races already have to contend with, a one race event for the title of world champion, they've also got to do public appearances and stuff, which might not sound much to many people. But when you consider at this end of the game, at the absolute top elite level, racing is a mind game, and if they're not entirely focused, it can come tumbling down. So I can only take my hats off, if I was wearing one, to what they're doing now. The day before the biggest race of each of their career, they're having to do autograph signings, which is great. It is part of the package. I'm going to see if I can have a quick word with them when they're finished, but I'm not expecting too much because I really don't want to add to what they have to achieve in tomorrow's race. So how's the bike feeling? How are you feeling? Ready for the race?
Yeah, grand. Yeah, good day today. We got 9th in qualies, which can't complain. It's a nice little start. Hoping for a bit more, but yeah, just need to go faster. But yeah, good practice day. Feeling quick, so yeah, we'll see tomorrow how we're doing.
There could be a bit of moisture tonight. Do you think that will help on the track?
Yeah, the track definitely needs some moisture. Like it just needs a bit of rain to pack the dirt, to make it less loose. It'll be faster with a bit of moisture for sure. But yeah, I wouldn't mind a bit of rain now. That should definitely make it prime.
Just admiring the bike up at the pits there.
Yeah.
I think you missed a trick with the little damper on the back.
No.
That's almost a mini Red Bull can, that.
Yeah, no, nearly there. But yeah, the bike's running really good. Like we've put in the work, and yeah, it's feeling pretty quick. So stoked.
Won't keep you. Good luck for tomorrow.
Cheers, boss.
Take care.
Thank you.
So I've just been admiring the bike. Mark's fully stripping everything down at the moment. So feeling settled on everything?
Yeah, bike felt really good today. Today was a really good practice, and I'm super excited for tomorrow.
Do you think conditions could affect anything? Because I heard it might rain a little bit tonight.
If it rains tonight, the track will be a little better, but hopefully by tomorrow afternoon, it's just like it is now because I love it.
Yeah, and you've been on fire.
Yeah, just loving the track and just trying to go fast.
Yeah, well, good luck.
Thank you so much.
Take care.
Thank you.
Dak, I've been obviously a big fan for a while now, watching what you're doing. I noticed on your bike in the pits there's a couple of scuffs on the bars. Did you ever crash today?
Yeah, it's been a rough weekend for sure. We've had our fair share of challenges. I had 2 huge crashes today, and didn't really struggled with getting up to speed yesterday, and we had some challenges in the morning and wasn't able to be competitive to put a quality run down, and tried to come in with a fresh head today, but unfortunately I had a couple get-offs. So it's World Champs, it's one run, I only got to be good for 2.5 minutes.
You can do it, dude. Got faith in you. How's the bike feeling? How are you feeling on the bike, other than the stresses and stuff?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, Andorra is tough because it's high elevation, so the heart rate's going to go up quick.
Yeah.
The track is super fast. I mean, we're doing 50k an hour in a lot of spots, and it's getting really rough. And the extended practice at World Champs tends to eat up the track, and it's tough, man. You got to really make good choices and get the suspension in a good place, and yeah, hope that you have the head to execute on race day.
Yeah, and I mean, the weather's been pretty good so far. I'm always concerned when the weather's this hot in the mountains, thinking it could change, but perhaps a bit of moisture could serve pretty well.
Yeah, it could happen for sure. The first day of practice, after 45 minutes of practice, we got dumped on, and it was super slippery. And last time I raced here, I qualified 6th, pretty easy, and then got rained out in finals. So, yeah, I hope it's not the same tale of races past.
Yeah, I mean, I hope not too, but one race, I can't imagine what the pressure's like for everyone. So good luck. Hope it works well.
Appreciate
Good luck. Well, I think that's as close as we're going to get to doing bike checks. I was hoping to do full bike checks on them, but actually I think it's quite a privileged position, seeing World Cup mechanics working on these bikes the day before the biggest race of the year. That's pretty cool, and also finding out a little bit more about some of the subtle changes they make on them. Got to love those hot patches though. Super cool, isn't it? Well, that's over and out for me for now. I'm going to get back over to the other pits, have a roam around, see if we can find some other cool stuff to check out. And there's going to be another video popping up on Mondraker TV all about the cool stuff we have on the stand. We've got the 2016 Trio, we've got the 2009 prototype, we've got Beck's 2022 World Cup winning bike from Brazil, we've got a podium prototype, we've got loads of stuff. And I'm going to run you through all of that. Hopefully you've enjoyed this little whistle stop tour of the pits here in Andorra. I'll see you in another video soon. Ta-ra.